Hey buddies, welcome to Amass Games. My name is Simon. Today I'm going to show you how to set up, play and review the game My City by Rainer Knizia. Now this is a game which is a legacy game and I won't be giving you any spoilers. At the very end I will go through a little bit more detail about the game, about the history of it, without telling you about actually certain things that you'll be doing. But we're looking to manifest our destiny, manifest your destiny, which I have to admit is quite a little odd kind of phrase here. I'll be telling you about what I think of the game in comparison to other games by Rainer Knizia as well, thinking is it like his kind of games. And I'm going to be showing you the eternal side of the board. The other side of this board had stickers placed on them, so I'm not going to show you how that works. But if you know about legacy games, you typically know that you're actually going to be placing things, modifying things, maybe you're going to be covering up parts of the board, and it means that you're going to be changing your objective, changing how you're going to be doing something. The typical game is going to be played over a number of episodes in a chapter, so you're going to have an envelope, and I will be showing you the first envelope because you will need to open that first one when you play, and that first one is going to be called The New Land, and it's divided into 3 episodes. So there's 3 different things which might have rules changed or something to that effect, relating to something about the new land, for example, building out or something like that. Now what you're going to be doing is after each game, the other side of this board is going to have a score track telling you how many points you're scoring. So if you happen to get the best score that particular game, i.e. further along this track, then there's another part of the scoring track which basically tells you how many victory points you've got over the entire course of this campaign. Now, at the end of all that, you're going to see who wins completely and therefore going to be the overall victor. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about actually how you're going to set it up as well. So you're going to have a set of pieces, something that will look a bit like this. There's 4 different colours and 4 different shapes and animals inside of it. And you're going to be playing with those things to ultimately place them out onto your board and try and complete various things. The way it works is you need to be conscious of the fact that there might be certain objectives. So, for example, you might have a well, and it might mean that if you're surrounding it on 4 sides with 4 different buildings, you'll score 4 points at the end. Beginning of the game, you typically want to be starting out from this river, and you can't cross it. You can't have a piece going across it like this. You might have some gold, whereby the first person to cover it might get some points as well. And at the end of the game, whoever actually is winning is going to get typically 2 victory points, and the person who comes second, third, or fourth, wherever it might be, is going to get maybe 1 victory point for second if you're playing a 3 or 4 player game. Or if they're coming second, they won't gain a victory point, but they may gain something like trees. So let's talk about these classic things that are going to happen throughout the game. So if you happen to have any trees remaining once you've placed out all of your pieces, then you're going to gain yourself 2 extra points along here. So these are kind of points, not victory points, but points. Additionally, you're going to typically start off with your marker, as it's dark here in black, starting there. And I tend to sort these out by the type and put them next to the board. Also, what you want to be aware of is the fact that you might have some other pieces which you might not need to play with right away, and that's absolutely fine. Additionally, what you're going to be doing is being aware that if you ever cover over rocks, that's a good sign because you are typically going to be losing 2 points per rock that is still visible. So a good opening move might be something like this because you've covered over some rock and you're still against the river there. Now, if you want to consider this, you also need to be aware that if you have any open spaces, so these light green spaces, they're also worth -1 points as well. Okay, so like I said, you're playing with the reverse side of this board, and it doesn't make any difference. Basically, it's a similar kind of setup, but you're trying to be going out. Now, I'll be telling you a little bit more about this particular eternal setup first. So if you're starting out and playing this game, you're going to have some cards, which I'm going to show you now, and you have a deck of cards, and you're going to shuffle them out, and you're going to reveal a card. Very like games like Second Chance. So if you want to check it out on the channel as well. I've got both the first and the second editions, the Stronghold edition and the SPIEL edition. And we need to be drawing out that card. So we can take that, and yeah, let's go with the way I just suggested. Let's do that. Okay, and now we've got this one, which happens to be that. And it's going to be, well, we want to keep, we maybe want to cover that, I don't know. You've got to go out where you've already started. So I might do this. And then we do this one. Now, in this eternal side, there's something that happens in the other game as well. Visible spaces, so for every 2 points you're going to get for trees as well, as I said. For every visible rock, you're going to lose 2 points. And then obviously for 2 rocks, you can lose 2 points. And then 3 colours next to, let's say, a church, which might be in play. So then you're going to get points as well. And lastly, there are 4 points as I said for that well, and any light green space as well. Lastly, if you happen to have the largest group of, say, yellow, like 5 are next to each other, you're going to gain additional points equal to the amount that are there. So we've got this piece here, we've got to place that out. Like, that's quite annoying. They're all kind of the same way shaped. Let's do that. It keeps our tree safe. And you can always pass. You just lose a point to pass. But you can't pass if churches come up. So let's now chuck out this one. And let's go. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. We kind of want to cover that up. This is interesting because I don't want to do that. It's on 2 sides. Let's go down here. And then we've got red again. So we'll just do a little bit of this and I'll go back onto what I think of the legacy game, etc. Cover it on one side. That might not be enough, but that could work. So now we might want to cover that up. Let's just start talking about the legacy game. So here we go. This is where this this church piece comes into play. So I can't go here. I've got to be able to play it, otherwise I can't play anymore in this game. I can't go here that easily. You can cover the wall if you want to. It is tricky. In fact, I feel like I have to. There's not much other choice I have. So I have to cover it or I go here. Well, that means I won't get the bonus, so I might as well just cover it. That doesn't help me much. I'll go here and hope to get like a nice long piece like that. Okay, so let's talk about the game now. So in this particular game, like I said, there's going to be a winner and a loser, especially in a 2-player game. And over those 24 games, 8 chapters, 3 episodes per chapter, the 24 games, exactly 12 games are won each. So it is well balanced based on the kind of catch-up mechanism if you happen to not do well in a particular mission. And so it could be the case that you end up winning the next game because, I don't know, you got some extra trees or something in play. The rules are fairly clear, so that works as well. It said it takes half an hour per game, but it must admit it's more like 7 or 8 minutes. Once you've learned all the rules, got everything set up, you can smash through this in, all those 3 chapters in about 20-something minutes. So you can play it really quickly. Also, in terms of Rainer Knizia, this is very like the Uwe Rosenberg game, for example, the designer of Second Chance, amongst many other Polyomino games. And I have to be admitting that I did very much enjoy this. I found it great to play, very, very enjoyable. And I also like this Eternal side. I've only played a few times, but I definitely enjoy this Eternal side of the board as well. And aside from that, I think this is a great legacy game. It's a very easy legacy game in the sense that rules changed a lot on this, but you generally don't forget what it is because each of these things, so again, it's no spoiler, you're going to be getting this in the first time you open it. You're going to be opening this thing up and it's going to tell you to do various things, maybe include extra components, certain rules. So I don't like to read episodes 2 or 3 until I need to, but the first person is going to get some rock stuck on them. Any other person is going to get trees, but if they're in a 3 or 4 player game, if you come second, you're going to get a victory point as well. A little bit of a theme about what's going on, a bit of story as well, and it's nicely laid out. Aside from that, I think it's a very nice game. The fact you can replay it afterwards is fantastic, and it's a nice little game to play on its own as well. Now, I'll talk to you a little bit now about, so again, if this is going to keep going out, there's a little bit more space to go, so I think it will take a bit too long to keep you guys entertained for that. But if you want to do that, by all means, I can practice on another time. Just let me know in the comments, or maybe in the descriptions. You can let me know and see if there's something else you want to see. And also hit that like button, show me that you're enjoying the content. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. This means you'll not be playing this card, so that isn't played. And now you have to play this building down as well. And right now that goes there. The trouble is, I need to get a red and a thingy next to it. So there's that red, which fits nicely into that gap. In fact, that might be better too, but I think it will do yellow if I can get it. And aside from that, as you can see, this is rattling through. So this is going to help me for red, but it doesn't help me getting victory points over here. But I might have to give up on something. There's a blue down here, which means maybe I want to try and keep that in play. Let's do that and hope to get other colours out and play there. Got a red. This is where this could work. Unfortunately, I think a red would fit. Oh, look how nicely that fits in. And in a way, you can play it solitaire. It's strange why it doesn't do that. Obviously, you're trying to compete with other people, and especially on the legacy side, that's important. But you can definitely play this one solo, and like Second Chance, just see what your best score is. And like Axio, another game by Rainer Knizia. So aside from that, what I would say is if you want to play this game, it is recommended as a 4, and I can definitely agree with that. We actually played this almost second hand. Another couple played as a 2, and we played it using the leftover components. The only thing missing were there were not enough rocks at the time to kind of play that. But without wanting to look ahead as to what else could be going on. This is tricky because I know I can't complete it unless I played that yellow, so that might have not been the best move. I went retro, but that would have probably been the better move to do. But it might not come up, that's the trouble. So now I can't play that one. Do I want to pass? So I could choose to pass and go back a point, or I can stop. So right now I'm thinking I will stop because I can't place this one. I can't place this one. I could have played this one if I waited, but I might lose some points. That would have given me at least 1 point or an extra 2. This one I could have placed, and this one I could have, well, I couldn't have. So that's only 1. I think I'll pass. And out of interest, yeah, I could have maybe placed that one. I could have placed that one, and I couldn't have placed that one. So let's see what my score would be. So we can start off with trees. I have 2, 4, 6. So I start off with 10 in this case. I got up to here. I didn't cover this one over. If I haven't took the rest, my largest areas, but let's go through it in order. Rocks. So I lose 2 points. So let's go down to 14. Then the number of things in each colour. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 up to 29. And then next to a church, well, we definitely haven't done that. That's a shame. Okay, so no points for that. So that'll be 3 points each otherwise. And each green space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you lose 13 points. And that is the score, so 16, and then you compare and see who has the highest score, and then divvy out, obviously, glory to whoever games in there. Now, again, it's quite a big box, obviously, for what you're playing this in, but it's very effective, very accessible, very light, very quick to play. I'll be playing this on Father's Day tomorrow. I think it's going to be very swift and easy to play, and of course, you can play it multiple times. The fact that you've got your own, colour as well is quite nice. And I have already kind of re-divvied up the bag for when you want to play it on the Eternal side, and also pretty much avoids the majority of those spoilers relating to playing the base game. If there are anything else in here that you go, hang on, you've shown stuff from the from things that have changed from that legacy game. I must admit, I don't think it would change things at all. Of course, I did play this second hand, and I hadn't a clue what on earth was going on with any pieces that I was trying to just sort out. So as long as you don't know the rules, it's absolutely fine. Now, as I said, I will talk to you a little bit more about what the rest of these envelopes are called. I won't talk about what's inside them because I think that's a nice thing to keep hidden. But if you want to know about that, just please let me know. I know some videos are very watched relating to massive spoilers. I think ethically, I don't like to always do that. But let's talk to you about what else we have here. So we have the new land. Again, I don't think this is a spoiler, it's just what it's called. We have the churches. So I guess, we're settling. Now we need some religion. Now we have the flood, we have to deal with stuff like that. And then we have the gold rush. Then, of course, we're getting into industrial era, which is factories. Then the mine. So, of course, now we're trying to actually get more stuff. The railroad, well, that's coming to town. And then prosperity. So, nice theme going out throughout that. I think it's very nicely put together. It fits together nicely in the box as well. And that has been My City. So if you like your legacy games, again, check out other videos I've got on the channel as well. But that has been My City, a lovely game. The title I don't think isn't essential, but I guess it kind of works because you're building your own stuff. It's very neat. It looks lovely, just actually out on display. And if you have any other questions and looking to check out more stuff, I look forward to showing you as well. Well, all the best, and bye for now.